Hi, adiash73 here again with this week's gaming update blog. First thing I'd like to say is I hope you're all well, hope you've had a good week. It's been quite an interesting week on the old gaming front. Started off early week with all the loss of People's Gaming Store on Microsoft. That was a bit concerning, I'm sure. Thankfully it didn't affect me. I got in later in the day after work and saw all the feeds on TA. Just makes me glad that there's such a good community on TA and people were able to spread the word through that medium to stop any other people having the worry of their gamer score being reset to next to nothing. So thankfully that's all resolved, that's all behind us, but I'm sure that was a scare for a lot of people. Then moving on into the week, yet more announcement of EA server closures. What a surprise, eh? EA closing servers. On the plus side for EA, they are at least extending the time that you can get the SSX achievement where you need 50,000 players. Well, I mean that's a tiny thing really in comparison to all the servers they've shut and all the achievements they've had in the past where they're unattainable. Personally, I've got 3 games where I can't complete them based on basically Carbon, where there's 1 unachievable, Pro Street, where the community race day, and for my own fault, server shutdown, NASCAR 08 EU version. So it's 3 games. I'll have the same problem again when I pick up NASCAR 09, EU version, and also the American versions when I eventually get round to getting the US Xbox, which is not going to be some time yet, because if you watched my micro blog yesterday, you would have seen that I have splashed the cash. Yep, I bought myself the Hopage HD PVR and also the Sony Movie Magic Platinum, so I can do some editing on there. So I did a little bit of capture last night. I had no problems at all setting up the little unit. Worked perfectly okay, started capturing straight away, no real issues. I haven't done anything with it yet today. I'm going to have a bit of a play later on, but I'm conscious that it's the old F1. I haven't got Sky, so I'll have to watch it on BBC. On my nice new TV, yeah, you can just see down here in the corner my old TV, my old Panasonic. I bought myself a new TV. I went for the Samsung UE32D6530 and I picked that up from John Lewis yesterday. It was the same price as Currys and PC World, but whenever you go to John Lewis you get a free 5-year guarantee. Quite an expensive TV, but I haven't had a new TV in about 8 years or so, so the old TV's done well. I've been saving for it for quite a while because I knew my TV was out, as I've mentioned in a few previous blogs, and I set it up yesterday and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, it's my first flat screen TV. It's very good. Yeah, so as I say, I've been saving for it for a long time. So although I've splashed some cash recently, I've basically had no beer all year. I've cut back on my old Chi Gun courses. I've really tightened the belt to try and save the money, and I have saved enough to cover all of my purchases. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've been having a pretty boring life, you know, no beer, no fun. But hey, you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices to go forwards. So that, yep, that sort of wraps up that side of front. Let's move on now to what I've been up to in the week gaming wise. Well, it's a very similar week to last week. More boosting of WRC, so thanks again to Voltrus Piano for that. Hopefully, oh dear me, we'll have that finished next week. We're getting near the end now, but Voltrus is already at level 50 Hall of Fame, so he can quit out of his races where I win. I'm approaching level 50. As soon as we've got that, we're just going to spam the auto quit. Well, not auto quit, but quit out as soon as we start, just to rack up the Hall of Fame special stage points. So that will be finished this week. Oh, what a drag that online is. But that said, we did do quite well in the week. When we first started playing it, we were doing lap times on Portugal's Super Special Stage of around 2:30, and then it started to come down to 2:27s, 2:26s. This week we managed to get 2:20.66 for myself and 2:20.69 by Voltrus, and that put us 14th and 15th in the world on the leaderboard, which was we're very happy with that. We were talking that, you know, after playing the same course over and over and over again, it's amazing how you start off and you're just happy to get under 1 time, but as you progress and do it so many times, you're like, oh, I'm not happy unless it's under 120, you know, 221 for example. So, you know, it's you have to boost it with either dual Xboxes with a gold count you can continually lose to, or someone you can have a talk and a conversation with, because that is a long process and you need to be able to have a chat to get you through it really. Continued to work on Need for Speed the Run. All of the challenges are done now. There is one tricky challenge in the final series, East Coast series. That is a little bit challenging. My good friend Mr. Warp Sandog did say that he was struggling on that one. I can see why. It's a frustrating one. You do have to have a bit of luck with the cars. There's a little hairpin section that's a bit nasty, and it's only a short race, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse. There's no real room for error on that one. So continue with those. Didn't really get any gaming in yesterday because I was out picking up the TV, setting it all up, so I've had to move all my stuff around. What I might do is I might take a little photo of the setup now and include that in maybe next week's one, because I want to have a play around with the capturing and have a muck around with that really. I'll get a bit of gaming in, but I do want to watch the F1 later. So let's move on to the heroes of the week. Well, it's been a busy week. Got quite a few heroes as always. I'll always try and pick a couple of people from each sort of category, or one person from a category. I'm not always going to go for people that have, reaching the highest heights, because, we all play differently. We all have different goals we set for ourselves, different reasons for playing. So this week I picked out Van Uden for hitting 235 completed games, and also Ali Fufu for hitting 100 completed games. I generally like the round numbers, but I thought I'd slip Van Uden in there because he's his card's pretty awesome. All those arcade completions that I just don't know how he does, well beyond my skill level. Then we'll move on to ratio, and we've got KBG27 hitting his 1.6 ratio goal. That's good going. I remember when I first came on TA, my ratio wasn't down there, but I had the idea to keep pushing it up. The same with the completion percentage, which is one of the nice things about TA, because you can see it moving on. Talking about completion percentage, Steve Redmond hit his 70% completion this week, so congrats to him. I'll also mention Ponypo 2001. He was the 9th person to complete Shoot Many Robots this week, so anything in the top 10 is always impressive. He's got a load of good videos on YouTube. On my top page, he's one of the subscribers. At the bottom of my page, you'll see a link to his videos, and there's loads of good stuff on there. You'll tell by the amount of subscribers and views that he's had that he knows what he's doing. Special mention must go out to Costas AMGR this week. 2 big milestones: 400,000 TA score and also 11,500 achievements. So that's some good going. Now, this is a random one I just thought I'd chuck in there, but as I've got a little way to go, only a year or so, just a special happy 40th birthday to Mr. Beats 101, pushing 39 in a couple of months' time now, and then just a year to go till I'm 40. Yeah, I know, this face, how can that be 40 years old, eh? Well, yeah, trust me, it is. So, again, happy birthday to you, mate. I hope things pick up for you for this year, and, all the bad stuff's behind you. So, moving on, something new for this week. I thought, well, I used to do it in my written blog, why not do it in this blog? And that is a stat update. Oh, yeah, boring stats. Well, some people might like it, I don't know. All I can do is put stuff in here and then wait for people to feedback. So, if you don't like it, let me know and I'll whip it out. I'll put something. No, I won't whip it out. I'll whip this section out. Blimey, this is PG. Anyway, my own stats. At the moment, I'm sitting on a TA of 1.9203, so I'm over that 192 barrier. I want to try and get it up there. That's why I've got some games in the pipeline, non-racers, to try and hoof it up a bit, because I'd love to get to a 2. My completion percentage, 97.81. TA is telling me only 13 to go to that 98%. Oh, I'm so close. I really want it. I can almost taste it. This month, for an update in the month, as it's mid-month. So far, I have managed 95 achievements spread across 4 games with a TA score of 4321. Who would have credited it? I like numbers like that. Also, where it's all the same, like 4444, stuff like that. I like that. Anyway, that would be a game score of 2470, or or 2,470. Now that's spread across all racing games. That's all I've been playing at the moment is racers, racers, racers. And I want to keep that up for a little while yet because I've got a big pile in the stat behind me. I pointed that out previously that I want to get through just to try and get myself up to at least top 10 across all the racing board leaderboards that I track. Now I know I'm higher than that on some of them. You know, I'm doing quite well on the UK one. I'm almost catching old Ian K. Almost. Oh, I just hope he lets me catch him. At least get close before he stretches the lead again. In terms of the achievements I've got this month, it's not been too bad. I mean, I've been scoring some quite high ratios. My top 10 achievements this month range from a 3.94 down to a 3.08, and that's all down to the longer ones in Need for Speed. You know, they're quite respectable ratios. Anything over a 2 is reasonable as far as I'm concerned. So that's a sort of brief update on my stats. I don't know if I'll include that every week. I might do it like once or twice a month, so mid-month and then end of the month, like a wrap-up. Because I like the stats, I like other people's stats. I'm a bit of a nerd like that, as anyone who read my previous blogs will know. So yeah, there we are, something new for this week. So what am I going to be doing next week? Well, same old thing. Voltrus and myself are going to be going through WRC. We must get that wrapped up, please. Please, can we get that wrapped up? And Need for Speed the Run, level 28 now, so only 2 more achievement levels, ranking up levels to go to get the final achievement in that. And then that will be done and dusted. And then, finally, after waiting quite a while, it'll be Driver San Francisco. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to be doing a bit of game capturing. I'm going to capture some of the games that I've been playing recently and then get them on the system and just see what I can do with those. So, I might not have time today to do too much extra content for the old channel, but I'm working on it. It's there. All the kit's here now. I've made a start. I've just got to learn, really. Go through it and just learn how to use it, how to make them look as good as the old treesies. I said it right again. So that's it, really. It's been an okay week. To sum up, it's been okay. It's just been a grindy type of week, grinding through WRC, grinding through Need for Speed. But it's still, at the same time, it's still been enjoyable. So some weeks you just got to take that on the chin and go for it. So there we are, that's it, that's the blog done for this week. I hope you all have a great week going ahead. I'm going to chill out today, I'm going to have a bit of fun on the old laptop working on those captures, and I'm going to have a bit of fun watching the BBC broadcast of the F1 highlights, because we no longer get the full races. We'll get some this year, blah blah blah, but I can now watch it in glorious HD on my nice new HD TV, so I'm quite looking forward to that one. So there we are, again, have a good week and take care, bye bye.